Hi everybody, welcome to video number 36. In the last couple videos we downloaded digital elevation data from Mount Shasta. It came as 2 DEM files, and then we converted both those files into integer format. In this video I want to show you how to mosaic those two files together. In other words, combine them into one, and then clip out the part that we're interested in. So as I just said, mosaicing can be necessary when you have two or more files that you'd like to display as one. And clipping can be necessary if you want to trim your file to only analyze a certain area. So before we get started, I just want to show you, make sure that you've all deleted the big files that you had created earlier. An easy way to delete files is to go into ArcCatalog, go into your folder, and what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and delete these large digital topography folders that I don't need anymore. And the advantage of doing this in ArcCatalog is that it will delete all of the sub-files for you, not just, and you won't have to delete them all individually. Okay, so I've cleaned up my workspace. I've only got these two integer files that I've made now. And these integer files are also loaded up in my Arc project. So one of the things you see right away is that they're scaled differently. The highest values in this file are white, but they're not the same as the highest values in this file that are white. So one reason to mosaic files is actually so you could apply a uniform color scheme to the entire region, and also, of course, do uniform calculations across the entire region. So mosaicing is really easy. It's under Data Management, Raster, Raster Processing, Raster Dataset, and then Mosaic. And I always use Mosaic to New File. So I create a third file from the combined two. So we'll do that, and we'll choose both of these files to add. Okay, so for my output location, I specified the elevation folder. I gave it a file name, Shasta NED int for integer. I used the .tiff extension. For the pixel type, I chose 16-bit unsigned. Now that's important because 8-bit data can only store 0 to 255 numbers, and I need to store number range more like 0 to 4500. So I need 16 bits to actually store even the integer data because there's so many different elevation values. So if I have to use 16-bit instead of 8-bit here, but notice I'm not going to use 32 or 64 because I don't have that many digits. Set the number of bands to 1. I only have my elevation data, and I'll hit OK and wait for it to mosaic these images. Okay, so here's my new mosaiced image. You can see now it's looking more like a volcano. It's got a single color scheme, and both DEMs have been mosaiced into a single file. So I'm going to remove the two previous ones and just keep the mosaiced file. And the next thing I want to do is show you how to clip. Our analysis is going to focus mostly on the central part of the volcano, so I'm going to clip away the outside of the volcano. And the first thing to do is to make a clipping mask. To do that, I'm going to go to ArcCatalog, and I'm going to go to Shapefiles, right-click, New, Shapefile. I'm going to make it a polygon, and I'm going to call it Clip Mask. Very important, I need to import the right coordinate system. And I'm going to use this button up here, Import, and I'm going to go to my actual DEM, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to import that coordinate system, which is actually a NAD 83 geographic coordinate system. If I don't do that, then my clipping may not work well in the end. So I've got the coordinate system, I've named it Clip Mask, I'm all set, hit OK, it's going to load it for me. And I'm going to go ahead and start. Well, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make it clear so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make it a red outline. Then I'm going to start editing it, because I believe it's the only file editable, so it may not prompt me to choose it. It's just going to start the editing session. Remember, I need to go to Editing Windows, Create Features, choose the clip mask, and I'm going to choose to clip in terms of a rectangle. Zoom out so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to clip roughly from this part of the image, click once, come down, and I'm going to click to the bottom of the image. Then I'm going to come over with my rectangle to roughly about here. So this actually isn't super important in this example, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. So I double click to finish my box. I'll save edits, and now I'm ready to clip. There's two ways to clip. One way is data management raster processing clip. I don't actually like that as much as I like the other way, which is spatial analyst extraction, extract by mask. So I'll choose extract by mask. My raster, of course, will be my DEM. My mask, of course, will be my clipping mask that I just made, the polygon. I'll give it a file name, call it Shasta NED clip, and hit OK and wait for this to clip. Okay, so that clip finished. I'm going to close the box, and notice now if I remove the pre-clip image, I'm left hopefully only with what I clipped. So now I'm going to do some analysis just on the inner part of the volcano. So in summary, you learned how to mosaic, you learned how to clip. In the next video, I'll show you how to reproject this raster image to get ready for our final calculations. Thanks.